What's up, guys? It's Liz Kelly. Next week, the Ringer Podcast Network is debuting a new podcast with Vampire Weekend bandmates Chris Thompson and Chris Baio called The Road Taken. Here's a quick trailer with more info.
Hello, friends.
Welcome to the trailer for The Road Taken with CT and Baio. I'm Baio.
AKA Chris Baio. I've watched Chris bring his sunny positivity and shredding bass lines to stages all around the world for the past 13 years in the band Vampire Weekend. And I'm CT.
Which is short for Chris Thompson. For the past 13 years, you've been my sneakily dark rhythm section partner. We've embarked on a massive world tour and are excited to experience all the thrills
And boredom.
that entails.
To help us process our own experiences along the way, we'll be having conversations with peers, idols, and maybe a rando or two.
The Road Taken with CT and Baio, part of the Ringer Podcast Network, coming soon on all podcast platforms.
Welcome to Bachelor Party. I don't even know what to call today's episode, a bonus, a special. It's like so beyond both of those.
A lifetime delight.
I'm joined by Mallory Rubin and the one and only Tyler Cameron.
Hi.
Tyler.
I'm with my girls.
Ugh. When you say that, it makes us a little too excited, so you have to mean it. Are we
I
actually?
do mean it. You guys are my girls, you know, through
Incredible.
and through.
Is it awkward to be around both of us at the same time? You and I have met a few times.
Yeah.
You've seen me at my highs and my lows.
Mallory makes me a little nervous. But
This is a first for
Just
me.
bringing that sexual energy.
yes.
My God. This is, as I said to both of you off mic mere moments ago, I'm surprised but delighted that I'm not as mortified as I thought I would be meeting you in person for the first time. Feels right.
I'm not
Feels
mortified
natural.
at all. I wasn't. The first time we met, I'm not sure if you were aware, I was incredibly hungover and could not eat.
When?
When we had lunch with Nick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was so hungover.
You held it together.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. I mean, I was hungover this morning, and I had to do like the daily pop, and I was like, oh, this is not going to come out good.
Well, I was trying really hard to seem normal. I didn't know how much you knew about how much Mallory and I were fans of yours. It was a really weird day because you and Nick were both having these burgers, and I was like, I couldn't eat. I could only drink like clear liquids essentially, and I was miserable. But also just really excited that we were having lunch. So it was a really awkward time. So now you know.
And now our bond has just grown. I mean, we had our walk on
Our
up at
beautiful
West
walk.
Park. You
Yeah,
know?
it was beautiful. I thought you were going to reach out to hold my hand.
I did too.
Oh, here.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, this is incredible.
It's also completely unplanned. We just like came together last minute. So there's not really a roadmap.
We're basically just hanging out.
We're
This isn't even a
impromptu.
podcast. This is the hangout.
Exactly. This is a bachelor party hang.
Yeah.
A hang
Chat
sesh.
with friends.
Exactly.
On that note, Tyler, you're here in LA. What have you been doing out here this week?
I've been out here just doing, taking tons of meetings.
Cool.
Yeah. So super excited. Got some cool things in the works, hopefully. And it's been fun. Just get out here, get around some friends too. And, it's been a good time.
What's the energy like out here for you versus in New York? You were early for a meeting, which is incredible. Love promptness.
Always early.
Yes, I'm also always quite awkwardly early.
We had this thing called Deacon Time, and it's stuck with me. It's
What
like
is that?
Deacon Time was like we had meetings at 3:00,
Mhm.
but Deacon Time meetings actually started at 2:50.
So like military time,
So
but
like
deacon
you
time.
were always, I'm always just like programmed to be like 10 minutes early.
That's great.
The wake way.
Yeah,
you
the
got to
wake
be early so you can really prepare ahead to lose to Florida State.
Ooh, did you go to
Ouch.
Florida State?
No, I went
Where'd
to
you
Syracuse.
go? You went to Syracuse.
Yeah,
You're
I just love college
Wait, you're
football.
talking shit and you went to Syracuse?
Listen,
Okay.
basketball school,
Not even anymore.
Okay.
Not even.
but I'm a Maryland fan. I grew up in
You're a
Baltimore.
Maryland fan?
Yeah,
Jeez, you just
so
have
grew
terrible
up a Terps
teams to
fan.
root
It's very
for.
tough.
But she was a Ravens fan as
That's
a
right.
result. She is a Ravens fan.
I am.
Yeah.
And for like less than a minute, you were a Raven.
I had
were.
a shot of espresso with the Ravens.
One
Yeah.
shot
wonderful.
of espresso?
Yeah, that's about as long as my career lasted.
That
Okay.
sounds better than a cup of coffee, though.
Yeah,
So really
quick and
fancy
painless.
cup of coffee.
Between you, Colton, and Clay, who's the best football player?
Me.
Wow.
No, probably Clay. I mean, look, his resume speaks for himself.
I've got a lot of heat
And-
on not giving him credit, so I wanted you to give him credit.
and the guy is, I mean, stacked. The guy is
Have you
so
met him?
no, but he's just so. I mean, he's huge. He'd swallow me.
Okay.
But no one can take me on the court.
In basketball.
Yeah, but except there's like some guy I saw that was on The Bachelor that could like do crazy dunks.
Yeah.
Chris Dunn, yeah.
That's right.
He was
Yeah.
on Rachel's season, but he's like a professional dunker. That's like his
Yeah.
his job. I think no offense to him, but I actually have heard he's a really nice guy. But I feel like, Tyler, if you're like, I'm going to become a professional dunker, this is what I do with my time, I feel like you could probably hold your own.
Maybe we'll have a one-on-one game one of these days.
That's great content. Can we film it?
I know Dustin wants to play me one-on-one. He'll get smoked. Dylan will get smoked. Mike Johnson thinks he can play basketball. Mike Johnson is probably the worst athlete in the house.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
As good-looking and as strong and big as he is, he might be the worst. We used to call him stone hands. We throw him the ball and it would just be like 2 bricks trying to catch a ball. Does
he present as a good athlete? Is he like, I'm really good and he's bad?
Yeah, he claims he's great.
So all talk, no walk or jump shot.
Yeah, and Mike for sure has no jump shot.
Wow. Did you guys get to play?
I'm coming at Mike's neck. Like so there's supposed to be like a basketball game with me and Dylan versus Connor and Mike. And everyone thinks Connor and Mike
they have like a cumulative 10 inches on you guys.
Yeah, they could have all the height they want, but they're both dweebs.
Dylan's
like
sneaky not tall. How tall is Dylan? Like 5'10", 5'11"?
Dylan's, because he's a good guy, is 5'9" at least.
Okay, so Dylan's 5'7".
Dylan's 5'7", which means Hannah's like a Polly Pocket, 4'11".
Well, she's like really tiny. Right? Very petite.
Let's talk about Dylan and Hannah.
Well, if you're 5'8", you're a villain apparently.
Right.
You know,
That's exactly right.
so he's a good guy. So he's like
Established
5'9".
basketball
Dylan. I to be honest, I forgot about Luke. Last time I interviewed you, it didn't even cross my mind to ask about him because I at the time found it so boring. I just want to say, when everyone was talking about Luke in the first episode where he was like a total dick, that was when we did our first Tyler podcast. And we were like, no interest in this guy, Luke. Let's just talk about the star of the show. Tyler, it's when you had your one-on-one. And
great one-on-one.
It was a great one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a J. Crew ad, basically.
Yeah.
Very memorable.
Very memorable.
Very memorable. Making jokes about lobster tail, getting some tail. It stuck with
tail,
us.
yeah.
Big time griller, big time chiller.
Big time griller, big time chiller, yeah.
What line do people repeat back to you the most?
It might be the big, grilling, chilling. I think the cookies and kind of taken over since
The
then.
cookies thing, really?
Yeah, everyone's always sending me stuff about cookies now.
Okay, what's the best cookie you've had, like full stop, any place?
Best cookie I've had. Oh,
You're a chocolate chip guy.
chocolate. I'm a chocolate chip guy. Big time oatmeal raisin guy though.
Oatmeal raisin.
What about regular oatmeal? Like no raisins. Do you also like that? Or
Yeah.
You got to go to my uncle's bakery in New York.
Oh yeah, you
Have
should.
to. The best oatmeal cookies and the best chocolate chip cookies in
Oh.
all of New York
In New
City.
York?
I will
City
say it on
Bakery.
the pod. City Bakery off of
Okay.
Union Square. And he has a couple satellite locations called Bird Bath where you can get the cookies.
Bird
but they're
Bath is on
fucking
the Upper
great.
West Side.
Yeah.
You should
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
I'm
check
gonna
it
go.
out.
I'm gonna do that.
You should also go to Billy's. Have you heard of Billy's Bakery?
No.
Billy's is really good. And City Cakes on
Okay.
18th.
I got some places to go.
Well, Mallory used to live in New York, and
I did.
I love New York. Back to Dylan and Hannah. So you were hanging out with them. How are they doing? Are they happy?
They are incredible. They won't stop touching each other. Like
That's cute.
Like they can't keep their hands off each other.
Young love.
Did you watch them in Paradise?
The only episode I ever watched was the last episode with them.
Oh my God. Did you hear about what happened with them? Like, how much did people tell you?
Somewhat. I heard Dylan was just basically latching on.
That's
a mild way of putting it.
But no, but me and Dylan talked about it before the show. He's like, that's who I'm there for. Like that's who I want to be with. And like he had his mindset on where he wanted to be, who he wanted to be there with. And
You made that clear.
yeah, and he made it clear and persistence is key.
Oh my God.
And Hannah's incredible.
Is she? I feel like she has not gotten her fair due. I really want to interview them. I asked their publicist.
Yeah, she like when I met her for the first time, like hung out with her for those couple of days, like I was completely blown away by her.
Like she seems like she's fun and funny.
She's so much fun, and
For some reason, they
she's
never
very fun.
show that. They only make it
And-
seem like she's like a doll caught in a love triangle.
Well, I think it goes for like Dylan on the Bachelorette. Like he was very quiet on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't hear his voice much. And then we had Hannah G, which I didn't really watch her season at all, but she seemed like to be very quiet and timid, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And-
extremely sexual. Those are like the things we knew about her. It was like until Hannah B season, like the most sexual moment ever on The Bachelor was between Colton and Hannah G.
Really? What
Yes.
happened?
They were in Thailand and they had like a quote unquote spa date. Did you have the spa date with Hannah? No.
We did have a spot.
Yeah, the massage
Oh my
table.
God,
Come
on! How can I forget?
I'll never forget.
That's why I was like, until Hannah B season, until you arrived with the massage moves, they were just like really, it was basically dry humping on a massage table in
I
Thailand.
never found. I know you're on the record. This is a well-established
Is it-
issue.
is it-
I never
is it-
found their energy like very palpably sexual. I think it was
Me neither.
just because
It seemed
was
like
on
porn
the
for
Colton
that reason.
Virgin scale.
Yes, on the Colton Virgin scale, it was really like erotic.
You know, it was just
But it
very,
seemed
like
like
animal
scripted.
kingdom.
Am I
about it.
too defensive of a friend when I already hate hearing about Hannah like past with other guys?
No, that's nice.
I'm like, no, it's Dylan's girl now, you know?
I totally forgot about your spa date. Was that awkward to watch? It was definitely awkward for me to watch.
No, it wasn't awkward to watch. It was
You're like, good moves by me, good job.
I don't know.
So, like, you know, when you're a podcast host, right?
Yeah.
You have to listen back to your own tape. You got to study.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, you got to take notes. What are my verbal tics? When am I going too long? When am I not diving deep enough? How can I adjust? How can I improve? It's just like watching film, right?
Yeah,
When you're playing
exactly.
football.
So
now, as you think about the rest of your romantic endeavors, are you like studying, crunching your Bachelor tape to say,
good
where do I need to get
practice tape
better?
right
Where
there.
am I excelling? You know?
There's definitely some.
Was I early off the line here?
There's definitely some one-liners that I will take out of my repertoire because
Like
I
what?
was so corny. I don't know, just
Like, you look dangerous in black, or you stand by that one?
I stand by that one. Stand by that one all day.
Juliet, right now, you look dangerous,
in black, Juliet.
Thanks, guys.
Very. No, stand by that one. That one's great. But there's just some things where I'd say something and I'm just like, oh my, I like hide under my shirt. I'm like cringing. I'm like, I can't believe I just said that.
I'm trying to think of what I think was your worst moment, your lowest moment.
They were all perfect.
Throwing up on a horse.
You just seem mad on that date.
That date sucked.
I don't really care about that one. Let's go back to the spa date. What country was that in?
Actually, I
Greece.
have a question about that one. That
Yeah.
date. You've probably been asked
The
this
horse
a million
date?
times. Yeah, well, specifically because that was like the like fish,
Yeah.
right? What's the time that you guys get in between consuming some sort of
Raw fish.
very pungent food stuff before the inevitable makeout scene? Brushing
So,
your teeth, gum, mouthwash.
Luckily, I did that fish thing. I knew I was going to throw up right away because I had the weakest stomach, and threw that up. And
Did they show that? No.
yeah, they showed me spitting it out.
Oh. But
And-
it wasn't like a full-on vomit.
No,
Okay.
no. But shortly after that, we got to go like 20 yards down the road and get strawberry ice cream, which helped with that
Love
taste.
strawberry ice cream.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So the strawberry ice cream was like my Altoid.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a great strawberry ice cream in LA right now.
Ooh.
Where? Johnny's?
Jenny's. Yeah,
Oh.
the strawberry buttermilk. You got to get it.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous.
Fucking great.
That is good. Not as dangerous as a woman in black, though.
Not as dangerous as a woman in black. Not as dangerous as Juliet to the right of me right now
Oh
in
my
all
God,
black.
Tyler, stop. You've really thrown me off my game. Okay, back to Greece. What was awkward for your family to watch? And then also,
Well,
we're
I'm
gonna
sure
have the Ben
like
Higgins
those
talk.
scenes were awkward, you know?
Sure.
Like, you know, me on top of Hannah making out with her, you know, I was probably my dad was watching that, you know, my mom were watching that. Like I
Did
never
either of them like comment on it to you?
I never kiss a girl in front of my dad. Like I never do that. Cause like my dad growing up my dad was always no girls, football. And like I was like in high school I had to have my door open. You know, I couldn't have girls in my room.
Strict parents.
I couldn't have a
Wow.
girlfriend basically. But my
How'd you work around that?
I just leave the house. But
Sneak out or just like go out the front door?
go out the front door. I snuck out like my junior year, but then they trusted that I wasn't going to screw up, you know. So
Did you?
No, I was a good kid. I behaved
Until college.
until college. But I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, until college I became a little bit of a menace.
Ben Higgins is a legend around here, around these parts, because he really explained to us how he would hide all of his erections on the show.
Oh, yes.
And it was just
Well, my pants were so tight they just held everything down.
That was always
our theory. That was our question. How
There's always
awkward
so
is
much
it?
room in those pants.
The first time it happens on camera, like, what do you do and how awkward is it?
So there was times like in Scotland, things got pretty heavy between me and Hannah.
Yeah.
And
I think she was wearing the white dress that time.
she was wearing the
Long way, yeah. Carry on.
no, that was the rose ceremony. She
Oh.
wore the white dress, amazing dress. But Scotland, we were in the castle and we were
This was when you were in a kilt?
hooking up on a bed in the kilt. And
Oh, right, the kilt. Good
I was
move.
able to keep everything under control there,
With the kilts, no less.
which I was proud of myself, you know.
We were
but-
proud of you too.
Then we were in like Latvia, and I had those tight, way too small of pants on.
Which
We're familiar.
Would-
Yeah.
And also now know that you purposely bought them too small, but okay,
Yeah,
carry on.
Yeah. Like we were making out, and they're like, "All right, guys, like we have to go. Like we have to go." I was like, "No, you know." And,
Not yet.
and then finally, like they pulled us off, and, like made us go, and I was like, "Well, now I have a boner, and all of America's gonna see it." And she's like, do I need to go in front of you? I was like, no, I'm just going to show it off.
Oh my God.
And,
They didn't release the footage. Yeah, release the tapes. That did not make it on air. Because Ben famously, we discussed this with him, so it's like very much on record. It's You can watch it on Hulu. In his one of the main publicity photos for his season, he has a full-on erection, making out with JoJo under a waterfall. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and I never noticed actually.
Way to go, Ben!
Until he pointed it out. It is like kind of like wow, and that's not even the main talking point on his season. That's merely a footnote that I bring up all the time now.
It's just biology, folks. Juliet, I want to commend you on your commitment to important investigative journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
asking these questions.
Last time I interviewed you, I was a little too easy, I think. I didn't ask some of these really hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, that was very hard-hitting.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. We really wondered about that a lot. So thank you so much for explaining it to us. How has it been just being around New York City? Like, what is the hardest thing now that you have over 2 million Instagram followers?
I love being in New York City. It's a lot of fun.
We get it. You love your life. Just
so much energy.
But
no, like, there's things that I don't like taking phone calls on the streets no more just because like you don't know who you're talking to.
Never know, yeah.
Because like the other day, like I was like with Matt and we were talking and like there's photos of us taken and I'm like, well, I was like, anyone could be listening to our conversations. You don't know who's who. And like, there's times where I'll be walking and like a person's film, like, on their phone is like filming me as I walk by. I'm like, well, hopefully I didn't say anything stupid then, or important then. So
does it make you want to go out of the house less?
No, I mean, the apartment I'm in right now, I don't ever want to be in there. So Matt's apartment.
Too small?
It's way too small. It's probably a quarter of this room that we're in here right now.
No way.
Yes, like it's the width of a queen size bed and probably this length right here.
Oh my God!
And
like your room, you mean?
Yeah, and so like Matt's bed's lofted.
Oh God!
And then
you're underneath.
My futon's underneath. So we basically like bunk beds.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Exactly.
Oh
and
my God.
And like I came to New York with one bag and now I've accumulated a lot more clothes since. And like we just can't
free
fit.
Stuff.
Yeah, and we can't fit anything anywhere. So there's a picture, I got to find it. And it's me laying on the bottom futon and there's just clothes all over the place because we have nowhere to put anything. We have no closet, no drawers, no nothing. Oh my God,
you guys got to move.
So no, we move into our new place next week.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Don't say where. Don't give the paparazzi any leads.
I'm moving into Buffalo.
I was going to say Hoboken.
Yeah, Hoboken.
Josh Allen.
Jersey City. Long Island City, yeah.
Nice. Long Island City, too. It's easier to get to Jersey City than it is to Long Island City.
Yeah, I just did the Jersey City trek the other day. It's beautiful out there. Jersey City blew me away.
It is really nice.
It's nice.
Yeah. That's also like post 9/11, a lot of stuff moved there. So it has like a lot more to offer than perhaps it would have. Sorry, I had to go dark. I'm obsessed with 9/11.
Interesting.
Incredible thing to say out loud.
Sorry. Not the first time I've said it on a podcast. I'm from New York.
Are you like a conspiracy theorist?
Not on that, but on some other national affairs.
Ask Juliet for her thoughts on Zero Dark 30 one of these days.
Not now.
Probably not on this podcast.
All right, we'll say this.
Happy to share it offline.
We'll say this off the record.
Oh God!
So you're really into the cookie stuff. Are we following the NFL season? I don't know why I mentioned cookies again.
A little bit. I'm working with Yahoo Sports now and doing some stuff.
You're so good at plugging your things.
Yeah.
You're getting like really
very natural, organic integration right there. He's a pro already.
Exactly.
I can't believe it.
Make sure you guys watch the Rewatchables too. Big fan. But no, so I definitely got to stay tuned in with football, and I'm following my friends and seeing what they're doing and whatnot. And I got a fantasy football team right now.
Who's on your team?
I got 2 teams. There's a lot of people.
Auction draft, snake draft. How many people in the league?
10 and 10.
Well,
come on.
One of them is a bachelor draft. It's a
bachelor they're both
league.
bachelor. So one's like bachelor from my season,
and
then one's like Colton, Jason, Ben, Nick, that whole crew.
Standard roster, 2 QB.
Matt James is in that group.
People
as
had
well.
noticed that. A lot of people messaged me on Instagram
Infiltrated Bachelor
to
Nation.
alert me that you had like got him in.
Yeah, he's in there.
I think one of my favorite like subplots of 2019 is just the social media influencer Matt James. I don't know him. I feel like I do. I feel like people just talk about him a lot in relation to you.
Matt basically was on the season. I mean, he's gained a bigger following than
he's like 50,000 now, right? I check in every once in a while
to
see
what?
him. He has like 50,000, I think.
Damn,
I'm gonna look right now. Live looking at Matt James's Instagram. What's dating like for Matt? Like as your who's Jim Carrey and who's Greg Daniels in this Dumb and Dumber equation? What were their names on the show?
I think I'm more of the Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's more of whatever the other guy's name is. What's his name?
Greg Daniels.
Greg
Is he
Daniels.
Greg Daniels? Jeff Daniels. Excuse
Matt's
me.
very
Is Greg Daniels a sports person? Jeff Daniels, whatever. He's only in so many important movies. But carry on.
Matt's very particular in how he dates. So I've only met one girl he's ever dated before.
Who has more game, you or Matt?
Me, for sure.
Okay, he's 48.1 thousand followers.
Matt used a pickup line saying someone has nice pants, so I'm definitely going with me on this one.
Is that like a reference to Anchorman? Isn't that like the pants party?
I don't know. I don't think I've...
You haven't seen
Never seen
Anchorman?
Anchorman?
No.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Come
You'd love
on.
it.
I'd love
Tyler.
it. Really?
Yeah.
We're going to give you some homework.
Okay.
Anchorman, have you seen Old School?
I did see Old School. Old School was good.
But you're not like, wow, great movie.
No.
What about, you seem like a Step Brothers type of guy.
Step Brothers was good.
The only movie I've seen you
And
be enthusiastic about is Hitch, which is a great movie.
I love Hitch.
Hitch is a great
Hitch
movie.
is my movie.
I do love Will Smith and Eva Mendes and Kevin James.
Eva Mendes is
She's a
absolutely
legend.
stunning in that movie.
Yeah, and she's now married to Ryan Gosling. I mean, it's like
It's
probably the
not
most
bad.
attractive couple out there.
I know. They kill it.
And they're really quiet too, which I really appreciate. Like they
Mhm.
don't engage with paparazzi. They're like not out in the world, no idea what their daughters look like. Like they just
Mhm.
seem like a chill.
They're like
Great
Tyler
couple.
and Matt, just trying to enjoy their life.
Exactly.
They don't want to be bothered on the street. They just want to go back to their bunk beds
The
and
Adventures of Myler, you know?
think about their lives.
We have our bunk beds. We have our pillow talks and our cookie talks.
beautiful.
Whose house will you be going to for Christmas? His or yours? You know.
You split Thanksgiving in one
So,
place, Christmas in another.
Our relationship is, progressing. I just went to his mom's house.
Really?
I met the mother.
Where's he from?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, cool. Research
Ah.
Triangle.
Yeah, so he's already met my parents. So
Wow. Okay.
things are we're moving in together in New York
Next up
into
is.
a new apartment.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful.
yeah, it's really blossoming relationship.
One day you'll bring it cross country, relocate to LA together, where you can have actual space.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Work at the Ringer.
Work at the Ringer. Me
That's
and Matt
right.
come full-time employees.
that would be wonderful.
The next step is for you guys to introduce your parents to each other, like some
Mhm.
kind of summit.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
like in South Carolina, halfway between, or Georgia.
No, I would just go to Florida. Florida's more fun.
Okay.
Is it?
Florida's the best.
Come on.
Come on.
What do you think is
You wouldn't
the-
want to go on the boat with me in Florida? Mallory?
I'd be happy to.
Come on.
She's not joking.
I'd be happy
Should
to.
we take the Ringer podcast
Let's
to
do it.
Yes.
to boating?
We
When's
can
the
podcast
next-
from anywhere,
When's,
man.
yeah, we
We
certainly
can just do a
can.
podcast at the Sandbar.
Great.
Count
I would
us
love
in.
that. What's
Yeah.
the next lobster
Coronas
season?
and Ringer.
Fantastic.
Coronas.
Get them to sponsor it.
Let's get some sort of local microbrew. Really tap
Ooh,
into the local flavor.
The,
you know?
The local culture
What's a
centers
good
around.
Florida brewery?
the good local one that everyone hits is why am I drawing a blank on it? I got to go back to my
Are you a
hometown.
beer guy
Tequesta
or-
Brewery.
liquor guy.
Whiskey man?
I love beer.
Okay.
I can drink beer all the time, but it's not
True
the
jock.
best for me. But I've been on the gin and tonic game lately.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of gin?
Hendrix.
Classy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just like out in New York. That's what you go with.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you get more longevity, like, staying out late?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, tequila just whoops my ass, and that's what I usually drink before.
I'm
But
vodka only.
You're
and
vodka
white,
only?
And white wine.
yeah, I'm just clear. I drink clear, so vodka, tequila, gin. I'm on the gin grind lately.
Okay.
But I love some red wine.
Okay.
What kind of red wine? Are you a
Cab
cab
or
man?
Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like a nice Pinot Noir.
I love a
Yeah.
cab. I love a nice cab. You're not a Malbec man?
I can drink it.
I think that's a starter wine.
I agree. That's
And that-
why I asked.
Yeah. So Tyler passed your test.
Exactly.
We're moving on to
Great
date
work.
number 2.
Oh my
Great work.
goodness. So what's next for you, Tyler? You did a lot of press this week. How did that go?
It was good. It was my first time really being able to speak in a while.
Did anyone else
Mhm.
ask you about erections?
No one asked me about erections but you.
Yes.
So-
I'd like to differentiate myself.
Doing important
I'm
work
glad
here.
I'm sharing my erections with everybody.
Well, the point is you did it, and that's
That's
why we
right.
had so many
Yeah.
questions.
That's
Exactly.
the great American tragedy.
Oh.
There were a few moments where we were like, oh, he stayed in he like pulls Hannah on top of him so that we don't see it, or like, oh,
The one specifically that we went like frame
Which
by
one did
frame
y'all
here.
think was
the car?
the car, at your parents' house.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was
We were just like,
the way. It was the
You
way
got
you
out of the car.
extracted yourself
Yeah.
from the car because you were like flat on the seat.
Well, yeah, you come out of the car
you
there.
slid out backwards. It's like clearly.
You get out of the car and there's cameras there, and you're like, I probably don't need to show the whole world what's going on.
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
would have enjoyed it.
What if you had?
Yeah, could have been interesting. I don't know if Disney or ABC would have let that one
I
air.
don't. Well, given the Ben situation, they may have. Also, it's
Yeah,
just
but
biology.
you guys didn't even notice it. I mean, they might have just let
I
it.
know. Kind of a
They might
tough
have just
beat for
missed it.
Ben, honestly, that everyone's like, oh, we didn't notice.
Yeah, like
That's rough.
But then when you do notice, you're like, holy shit, how did this become the publicity photo? When
I
he
think
points
because
out.
it's a
you ever
bathing suit.
have
there's
you
like
ever
a
seen like the
tent
guys in the
effect.
combine or like pro days who like
Oh,
are running
yeah.
their pro days and
Oh
like
yeah,
their
remember when
junk comes out?
Chris Jones
Yeah, there was
when his dick
one of the
fell
funniest
out
ones.
running his 40? That was incredible.
One of the funniest ones is my buddy was at Western Kentucky playing, and the quarterback was running, and there's a picture like on the Western Kentucky website, and his dick is out
Oh my God.
from running the 40, and like he ran a really bad time. He's like, I need to run that again. They're like, why? He's like, my dick came out. Like I was not running. Like I was distracted.
Yeah.
And so you got to do it again. But
Did his time improve?
his time improved.
The
Yeah.
Chris Jones one is my favorite because, he was like an elite prospect. He had been an elite recruit, was an elite prospect. He was clearly going to be drafted like pretty highly no matter how he did. But you still want to have a good combine, right? In the measurables in the NFL. And he could feel that it had flopped out. So
he fell
forward to hide it and like compromised
Incredible.
his time.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
I can't imagine being a young man.
He's having a great NFL career.
Sounds
though.
very hard.
The falling though, like when I saw him fall,
I know, I
like,
was like,
it
"Ah,
scared me.
artificial turf?
I was like,
I
you're
know.
gonna get burned
The
down
rug
there.
burn.
You know?
I thought that too. I know.
I was
Poor
worried.
guy.
I was worried because that one's a hard one to recover from.
That's very rough.
Yeah.
We know what
Very
kind of
rough.
commentary we need from this year's combine, I guess.
I
Dick
mean,
watch.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dick watch with the ringer.
well, the three of us, let's just reconvene.
I'll host.
For that.
You guys have the expertise.
Sounds wonderful.
Maybe I'll learn about football specifically to be able to do that. I know a little bit. I listen to the Ringer Podcast Network.
You follow football.
Yeah.
Maybe
I do.
this is the year that you really get into it. Get into it with us.
Every year I say this is the year I really get into football, and it doesn't.
What pro team are you most invested in this year?
Football wise,
Yeah.
I love watching the Chiefs. They're
Is it
just
Mahomes?
Yeah, Mahomes is incredible. He's fun to watch. The stuff he's doing I've never seen anyone like it. His arm is so alive. So I have
It's the
fun
baseball
watching.
training.
He doesn't even have like those guys, like, his big weapons, and he's
Getting the
making
Sammy Watkins comeback right now.
got Sammy Watkins playing ball now.
I know,
and
that's
that was a guy
incredible.
who was just never
He
could
just
be
couldn't-
what he was in college.
He just couldn't stay healthy though. Like all
Yeah.
the foot injuries. Now that he's healthy, he's incredible.
Exactly.
Mahomes this weekend. Are you going to watch on Sunday? His first game in the pros
In a
a
dome.
dome. Like
Really?
he's good. I mean, the Lions have been playing good defense.
He's gonna rip
Actually,
them
their
up.
secondary's been good, but that is the chance to be incredible.
Yeah.
I wonder if he can get to 60 touchdowns.
How many does he have right now?
He's on a similar pace to last year. Last year he got to 50. He'd have to really pick it up to threaten 60. That would be like
More
almost
dome games.
impossible. But
What's the
I wonder
most?
if he
What's the
could.
most? 59. What did Brady?
the Brady year was
Randy
the most.
Moss.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on Tom Brady? You're a big LeBron guy, so I feel like there's a chance that you're really into Tom Brady as well.
I have a crush on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Are you more of a Brady or a Rodgers man?
Brady.
Interesting. We did take a picture of you with this Aaron Rodgers cutout, though.
Yeah.
I have an FAU question for you.
Bring it on.
So you miss Lane Kiffin by a year.
I know.
Is that one of your great regrets in life?
So
Just seems like the chance to play for Lane Kiffin would be like
So,
an all-time life-altering
I
experience.
haven't had a winning football season since 7th grade.
Tyler,
Right.
could the problem be you?
I might be the problem. Because listen.
For the first time, I'm glad you didn't make the Ravens.
Well, it looks like I wasn't the only problem there. But
True.
I left Wake Forest, graduated, left. Next year they go win a bowl game. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I go to FAU. We go 3-9, graduate, leave. And then the next year they go 11-3, win a bowl game, win a conference championship under Lane
Incredible.
Kiffin. I'm like, I just keep missing all the good years by
That's
one
rough.
year.
That's
Yeah.
rough, man.
So like now my little brother is a freshman at FAU, and he's gonna go get a bowl ring.
Yep.
Like he's gonna win and like my other brother, he went to Dwyer High School, which is like the rival high school of Jupiter High School, and he won a state championship. And I just got beat up for
Oh, man. Nothing
7
like winning
years.
state.
Yeah,
That's real.
If Friday Night Lights taught
particularly
us
in Florida,
anything.
yeah. Are you a big Friday Night Lights fan?
of course,
Okay.
of course.
You more of an East Dylan or a Dylan guy?
I don't know what that. Are you talking about the movie?
No,
the show?
show.
Oh, I haven't watched the show. I
Oh.
watched the movie.
What?
You
Tyler,
gotta
you
watch
would
it.
love
Wanna watch
it.
it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, my
I heard good things.
God.
Like
Also,
Brady-
it's really emotional. Like if you like This Is Us and you like football, then Friday Night Lights is your ideal TV show.
It's
Okay.
it's
And-
obviously a football show, but it's really about community and love and family. It's
Also,
beautiful.
Connie Britton, who's the coach's wife on it, she's just gorgeous. She's just like
Hair spun of pure gold.
she's the
Wow.
most. She is like
That's-
defines the term MILF in my opinion.
That would, if I could do anything in the world, it'd be a high school football coach.
You have to watch this show.
You would love it.
Yeah.
Can you like
It's so
also
good.
like text us your thoughts as you're watching
will.
it because I feel like you'll be really into it.
He's really like in terms of vibe
Yeah.
and other things. Really a mashup of Coach Taylor and Riggins.
And
It's not a pure Riggins thing. It's a
Yes.
mashup.
I think it's also
literally the nicest
He's
thing I could
probably
ever
loving
say to a
hearing this right
person.
now. He's the creator of the.
Dylan, who's sitting in the room with us, made the Tyler Friday Night Lights mashup video.
I almost brought a tear to my eye. That was beautiful.
Wonderful. Great
That-
work, Dylan.
Also, Dylan making that and then you liking it emboldened me to DM you for the first time.
That was a great day at the Ringer.
Thanks to Dylan for giving me the confidence to do so and then allowing this wonderful podcast where I've asked really inappropriate questions to happen. So
It all started with this guy.
it all started with Dylan and the Dylan
Did it?
Panthers.
Was Gallagher the first one who made the Riggins comp, or was that a Dylan original? Yeah, I want to give Jason Gallagher his shine here because he played it cool when he came in the room earlier. He was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" But he loves
fan.
you.
Really?
He was one of the first to be like, that Tyler guy, he's got charisma.
5
Okay.
minutes into the first episode, he was texting. He's like, "This guy."
It just
He's
can't
the
be
one.
understated. It can't be overstated how much no one here cared about Luke, like at all. And it was just about like, who's this football player from Florida?
Yeah.
We saw your potential very early on.
I appreciate it. Yes. That was my dance videos. I guess it won you over.
No,
No?
I think
Okay.
I think not for me at least. I think it
I
was
was partial to that.
Well, I didn't even say anything when I came out of the car. I was. What was hilarious was David Spade. It was like, is this guy stoned? Like, did you ever see his recap videos?
no.
Oh, he had these like funny stories.
Oh,
David
and you
Spade.
check it out.
And I came out of the limo. Like, I couldn't even open my eyes. I was just like scared and like shell shocked and like freaking out. Like, I forgot what I was saying to Hannah. I was just like blabbering my mouth. I was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be saying something to her right now.
But how many edibles had you had?
0. But you would think.
Um,
I think when I get scared and nervous, like I kind of come into a shell.
sure.
And I was in like the deep dark shell at that point. Like, I didn't even go talk to her that night.
What's the most drunk you were on the show?
Scotland. So
I mean, when in Scotland?
Oh yeah,
Come on.
When in Scotland, when wearing.
So you
a kilt.
said you're a clear liquor guy, but were you drinking like
So-
fine single malt
no
Scotch?
white wine.
Oh my god!
So
in Scotland?
so white wine was like the best way to like get buzzed,
Okay.
and it was like sugary, so it was kind of like give you some energy, and so we all crushed white wine
2 per hour, or they give you more than that.
2 per hour.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and
That's the rule.
Yeah.
we would all crush white wine, and I remember we were having a big talk with everybody, and someone said something. I kind of reiterated it, but said it in a really dumb way. I forgot what I said. It was stupid, and I was like, "Shit, I am drunk." and everyone starts like making fun of me for like just talking, like because I can't even make sense anymore. And then all of a sudden, water comes out for me, and Dylan says something stupid, and then water comes out for Dylan.
Oh my god, that's
Wow.
really funny. So
Yeah.
they try to like keep you composed.
They take care
I'm
of us.
glad to hear that.
They
Actually,
take care of
that's
us.
good. That's.
They're making they want us to be safe, and that's important.
Did anyone smuggle in Adderall?
No.
What a question.
I just think that
Interesting
seems.
question.
I just think that seems like a move. Like, I don't know. Also, I know
That's like the worst place I would ever want to take Adderall.
it just seems like if anything that you could smuggle in, that would be easy because it looks like other pills. It's prescribed. You can be like, you need it. I don't know. Just seems. It's
Yeah.
also like that's like the study drug, And I feel like this is a show where they make you stay up along like many hours in a row and
Mhm.
stuff. I don't know. It's just always something I wanted to know.
I'd be like way too analytic with my conversation. I think if I was on Adderall, I could like talk for hours when I'm on Adderall.
Interesting.
Sounds great.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe if I do a podcast, I'll just do a bunch of Adderall before.
Next time, we'll find a way to get you in like a marathon, not running, but like marathon podcasting vibe or something like
There we
that.
go.
Anything I forgot to ask, Mel?
I'm trying to think of what our other passion points were.
The
during
main-
our
we
numerous
addressed
ti-
it.
Wait, I got one.
What?
What are you reading these days? Juliet and
What
I
am
were
I reading?
delighted by your Instagram stories about your literary endeavors.
Yeah.
And any
I bought Where
fiction?
the Crawdads Sing. I just haven't had time to sit down and read it. I heard really good things about that book.
Reese
So-
Witherspoon pick.
Yeah. So I've had it for about a month and haven't gotten far in it at all.
What do you do on flights? Do you sleep or read or what?
I sleep, or like I'm also like I look like an idiot because I'm like bopping around my seat and I'm listening to music and I don't know. I watch movies, but those always put me to sleep. I'm like
Okay.
the worst movie watcher. It takes me like 4 nights to watch one movie.
I can tell. You should probably get into like sitcoms. Have you watched The Good Place? Maybe you should watch that.
Good Place is
You know,
great.
is The Ranch considered a sitcom?
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed The Ranch.
Okay.
It was like stupid, dry
Cool.
humor. It was about a washed-up quarterback,
Nice.
and just fit. I just like loved it because I'm
Never had a winning record since 7th grade.
Exactly. He was just basically washed up, and I was washed up, so we related on a lot of things.
What are your other favorite shows?
So favorite shows are 2 different ends of the spectrum. Power,
Mhm.
which is on Stars, is like a New York drug dealing movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other end is This Is Us, which is like the most like family like
Incredible.
like
Who's your
tear jerking. on This Is Us.
I would do
Jack.
almost anything for Randall. Almost anything.
I love Jack.
Okay.
Like Jack's like dad.
He's great.
goals.
Yeah,
Like,
he's great.
if I could be half the man Jack is, I'd be a great dad.
That's beautiful. Randall's a good dad too.
No, Randall's incredible too. I love Randall. I think he's he has a great dynamic. I'm like a season behind you right now.
Okay. No
But-
spoilers then.
He
you know about
has
the
a great
crock pot
dynamic.
controversy?
What is the daughter they adopted?
I can't remember her name. I don't know any. I don't
I've
know.
never seen a second
But-
of the
but-
show.
I don't know Randall's
I
daughter's
just like
names.
love how the effort he puts in, and it just shows like the whole dynamic of him trying to build that relationship, and it's very difficult because she has a hard time trusting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a beautiful show.
It is a beautiful show. It's very sweet. I love Mandy Moore.
I'm very
There's-
moved right now.
There's many things to
See,
love
Mandy
about it.
Moore, like there's times in the show where I'm like pissed at her. I'm like, she's bad mom. You know what I mean?
I know,
But-
and also she remarried. It's just devastating.
yeah, but I
Like,
just,
how do you move on from Jack?
Exactly, Jack's the best. But I was having this conversation with someone the other day who they were best friends,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the husbands died. They kind of rekindled with the best friends, and like because like the spirit lives on between them, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's beautiful.
Poetry.
That's the Tyler that we came to love on The Bachelorette. Brings out that
Incredible.
poetry right when you need it. He's a big time griller and a big time chiller and a poet.
And a poet, I guess.
Soul-stirring life insight. I'm touched.
Tyler, thank you as always for putting up with me and for Mallory.
of course, anything for you girls.
Please say hi to your mom for us.
I will, Mom.
Hello.
They say hello.
And we'll be back with Bachelor Party. Who knows who else is to
we
come?
will be taking the bachelor party to Jupiter Sandbar soon.
I love a swim up bar, like
Cannot
a
wait.
beach bar. I mean, beach is my vibe. That's where I thrive the most.
You love the ocean.
I love swimming in the ocean, like
Okay.
literally more than anything
Well,
else in the world.
The
My favorite
Ringer
thing
is
about-
we're gonna have a field trip.
I'll see you there.
I love
right.
Florida because of the Wizarding World, so count me in.
Okay, great.
The Wizarding World.
Of Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
Have you ever been?
Oh, you talking about at
great.
Disney
Yeah.
Well, at
or
Orlando.
Orlando? I think I've been. That's the
Universal.
crazy buildings and all that. See, I'm like scared. I used to be like scared of roller coasters, so I never really went.
Did you ever have butterbeer?
Yeah, I think I've had the butterbeer. It's not
Delicious. Delicious.
that good. Not that good.
Difference of
Delicious.
opinion. Thanks again for listening, and thank you to Tyler. We will be back soon.